Exactly 1 year ago, May 29, 2019, President Muhammadu Buhari and 29 other state governors were swearing in Nigeria. And today, we'll be taking a scorecard of Engineer Seyi Makinde, the Oyo State Governor, from 2019 to 2020. It is a talk on T-Story TV, and I am your host, Olatunji Awe. As a matter of fact, I have two guests in the house, but I will be introducing them now. After this breather, I will introduce my guest as we go on this journey. Don't go nowhere. Alright, welcome back. Before I went on that break, I said I will be introducing my guest very soon, and yes, it's time for me to introduce my guest. I have them to my left and to my right. I have Mr. Fatai Adeshokon, an APC chieftain, and at the same time, I have Honorable Tokwe David, a PDP stalwart in the house. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
It's nice having you on the show this morning.
Thanks for having me. It's my pleasure, sir.
It's been 1 year exactly. Engineer Seyi Makinde was sworn in as the governor of Oyo State. Let me start with Mr. Fatai Adeshokon. How would you rate the governor over the 1 year period in relation to his campaign promises?
Thank you very much. Without sounding modest, I believe we've not been having an impressive outing from His Excellency Engineer Seyi Makinde. When he was a candidate of the PDP, he was promising heaven and earth. And we in the opposition, we are of the facts. All these promises are just lip services. What is on record? By the time he came on board, he saw the difference. When he came on board last year, he cancelled a 1,000 naira fee we place for parents to actually be cushioning the effects of what is happening in our schools. And the reality, the financial reality has now beckoned. You see the way he has been guessing in governance.
So in one word, sir, let me take a pause on that. You're saying he has not performed
at all.
Okay.
What they are saying is payment of salaries. My 6-year-old daughter, if she's the governor of Lagos or your state, she's going to pay salaries.
Okay. That's not performance. How would you rate Engineer Seyi Makinde 1 year in office so far?
We bless God concerning our Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde. I can say it's vessel of gold, and it's God's time for him.
Okay.
The man is trying by his grace. Let me tell you one thing. I thank God concerning this man's life because he has the feelings of masses. And even after you go, don't be sabule. Engineer Seyi Makinde.
Okay, let me take a pause on that. You said he has the feeling of the masses.
Okay.
Should we say there's difference between being a responsive governor and a responsible governor? Would you say, should we say having a feeling of the masses means you're responsible, but you might not be responsive to the plight of the state? You talked about salary earlier on. I'm going to say this. Let's take it from the incentive of civil servants. Do you think Engineer Seyi Makinde have lived up to expectation in dispensing the state duty to civil servants?
Mr. Awe, don't be deceived. This governor has not been impressive. I repeat, this governor is not performing. Performance index is not based on being a populist person. You can't just be just be galvanizing around as if you can't do what you have not planned about. In 1952, when Awolowo became premier, before he actually ventured into free education, he planned for 3 good years until 1955. This man came on board struggling to be a populist governor. When we were in power, Ajimobi as governor of Oyo State, we increased with 400% pensioners arrears and what have you. The salary scale, we couldn't pay 18,000 naira minimum wage. We were paying 14,500. The teachers in schools, they were sent South Africa to UK. There were incentives. We came on board and we met Oyo State as garrison commander. Bring bandage. You can't go to Challenge, can't go to Iwo Road. And bedrock of every society is to have, a enabling environment so that other things could thrive. Look at what Ibadan has done through in the last 8 years under Governor Ajimobi. We are not saying we were perfect while in government. We had our minuses. But this governor has actually taken off in a very bad note.
Okay, Honorable, I'm going
Yes,
to
sir.
take you on the aspect of populism, and at the same time, like I said earlier on, responsive and being responsible. I would say 30,000 naira minimum wage. What is your thought on Engineer Seyi Makinde and he paying the 30,000 naira minimum wage to civil servants in the state? Taking note or retracting to the fact that it took the governor some months to accept that they were going to pay the minimum wage. Do you think this speak good of the governor as far as we're concerned?
It's because of the problem that's been on ground for the former governor of your state, Senator Abiola Isiaq Ajumobi. You know something, people are saying Engineer Seyi Makinde is a small young man, whatever. Let me tell you one thing, being young or being old, anything that you want to do in life, you have to ask for the wisdom of God. I can say this man depends on God, and he was trying to look that God, I want
And
you to.
we depends on devil.
That's
You see,
I'm
it is high time we need to excuse God
This is not
Almighty.
it's something that you'll be proud
Some
enough.
of us are
You'll be
noble.
boasting on
See, let me
what
tell you
you are
simple
not.
okay. Now,
You understand what I'm saying?
For you to be hanging on God,
Let's take-
He's God. He said you
God
want to
has
do
given us
anything.
life, no.
You need God's
Let's-
performance.
let's-
You know
let's
what?
take- let's
You
take-
lay your hands up.
You
Let's
see,
take a break.
sometimes you don't even need a believer to be your governor.
Why?
Whether you believe in God or
Who's
not.
supposed to be our governor?
What we need
Wait,
is
who?
a performer.
Is there a devil incarnate?
let's take a breather on this. Let's take a breather.
Is Donald Trump a pastor?
As a matter of fact,
Can devil incarnate
As a
rule
matter
us?
of fact,
Of course, he will perform.
For where
Excuse me.
devil incarnate?
I don't need that.
You people doesn't know what you are doing.
If you believe in God, that's your own. That's your personal belief. That's your faith.
Excuse me.
That's why
Of
you
your
are not more than
capacity
where
as a
you are.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
You understand? You like to be following people, and you want to make a step. He's a broadly lie.
It is God that will come and fix
Excuse me,
Nigerian power
gentlemen.
supply.
He's God.
Excuse
We
me,
need God
we-
intervention.
We are expecting that God in your household,
Excuse me,
not in your
gentlemen.
state.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
It's God.
We're still talking about Engineer Seyi Makinde, 1 year in office, and as a matter of fact, the house is getting hot, and I feel it's going to get hotter. Now, let's delve away from the God factor and go into what is more achievable in a democratic setting. 3 months into Engineer Seyi Makinde's swearing in, we got to the fact, honestly, the fact that he scrapped the NURTW, or should I say, he kept them hanging in the air as a result of security issues in the state and power tussle amongst the NURTW. But if we look into the same issue we had during the tenure of the former governor of your state, Governor Ajimobi, do you think Engineer Seyi Makinde mismanaged the NURTW, not forgetting the fact that one of the major stakeholders in NURTW was used later on by the governor in managing the motor parks in Oyo State? I'm not going to talk to you on this now. I want the honorable Tokwe to shed more light on that.
Thank you, my brother. I can say, my Excellency Engineer Seyi Makinde is not mismanaged the NRTW. I can say it. He used the wisdom of God. You understand?
I think we are playing with the God factor, right?
Let me go straight. I'm not going doing the God factor. Let me go straight to the point. That if he doesn't use it that way, let me tell you one thing: calamity or whatever that's going to happen.
But noting the fact that as the first 3 years of the former governor, we had major of these stalwarts in the RTW.
You will
had
surely-
the same power tussle, but you could be managed without scrapping the NURTW.
Thank you, sir. You will surely have it because the former governor that mismanaged the RTW, I will tell you, he was collecting.
Shed us out. I would like you to shed light on how the former governor mismanaged
God bless
the
you.
RTW.
God bless you. We are those people. They knew the actual and the heavy money they are gaining every day.
Okay.
This governor, they are managing the money, sharing into two,
That's
into
malicious.
three. Let me tell you one thing.
malicious. You
Let me
can
tell
be
you one
sued
thing.
for that. That's
So,
malicious.
I'll come back to you,
What
sir.
evidence do you have? Somebody was sharing money.
I'll come back to you, sir. I'll come back to you, sir, on that one.
Do you understand? I think they are realizing close to 30 million.
You think
You
No,
think-
they are.
Okay.
They are
All right.
realizing close to
Because
30 million.
I don't want us to live on assumption. I want us to live on facts.
I should be precisely.
Yeah.
Exactly. That
30 million a day or 30 million a month.
every day, closer.
Every day.
Closer.
Close to 30 million.
Of course, sir.
Okay, from motor parks.
Yes.
For both the states,
Both interstate and local level.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? They are sharing this money in order for their own pocket.
Okay.
Let me tell you one thing. If are they not in such manner, why are they fighting? Even foolish people that they are born in bushes, they knew that whenever any government have changed hands, you have to bring your own fashion. Power change hands. You understand what I'm saying?
But then, when we talk about power changing hands in NURTW,
okay,
I think before you become the NURTW state chairman, it is by election. So you're saying, de facto, if the party structure in the state, the political party structure in the state, determines who becomes the state chairman as far as NURTW is concerned in your state. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Over to you, sir. Is this the same position during the?
You see, by their actions, you shall know who they are. PDP will never organize people, and it's a pity, or your state is being retarded, if not stagnant. And at this juncture of our lives, we should be able to have actually seen from what is being served to us from the Agodi seat of power. It's even a shame and a slap on our collective intelligence that Oyo State, with most of these characters in government, how can you say that NURTW makes 30 million daily? How much more Lagos is making, or Ogun State? Are we better off in financial, the traffic, the human traffic and the vehicular traffic of Lagos?
I'm going to ask you this. As someone who
just
was
want
close
us
to power during the last 10 years,
of course,
does Oyo State, through the NURTW, make up to 30 million naira a day?
I was never in their books, and I was not part of them. What we did when we came on board, we had Bengandage, Togri, and what have you amongst the NURTW members. And what we did was that we actually gave them an executive order that we don't want any. Look at what happened at World. One of the chieftains of the NURTW, I don't want to be mentioning names, and we actually, the power Tozu, they went ahead and killed a medical doctor, a promising medical doctor, a final year medical student at Ahmadu Bello University, coming from OAU Ife, transiting in Ibadan, and he was killed alongside 4 others because some of them does not have a OND order among their children, so they will not value somebody who is a medical student. Do you know what it takes for someone to be a medical student?
In that light, are you saying the governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, was wrong to have scrapped NURTW to foster peace and order in the state? You should have managed them in another way, or what would you have done if you were in that position?
See, a park management system is a fraud, is a scam, and we all are aware what happened in these states in 2007, 2011, when Ladoja era versus Akala's era. We knew how these people operated. They were killing themselves, macheting and what have you. And this one of those principal actors in those eras were the same auxiliary that would have been appointed. How can you see, it's just like you are just fooling your people. I wouldn't know what support auxiliary will have given to an incumbent governor, and I as Adeshokon, an incumbent governor would not be obnobbing with an ex-convict, someone that was convicted. And the Nigerian constitution agreed new park management system, that is auxiliary is now an appointee of the governor or of the government, and the Nigerian constitution an ex-convict cannot be given an appointment except being given pardon by the states. And it now worries you that is this our governor truly a product of University of Lagos, that some of us knew the products of University of Lagos? You see, those are the things you mix up as a whole, that if you are having an incumbent governor or with an ex-convict, there are so many ways you can actually reach out to your friend whom is an auxiliary, not, I mean, using the state's apparatus.
Machinery.
I mean, it tells you more about characters involved. And we knew what happened during our era. We had the late Fele, we had the Tokyo, we chose one among them, and we copped them. You can't go to any garages and you are being slapped by any of NURTW. They were snatching girlfriends, snatching people's wives, because they become law, they become authority on their own. Nobody could dare them because they were coming from Molete cantonment when Adidigbo was alive. And when we came on ground, we changed all these modus operandi of hooligans and what have you. And that was the reason we had Oyo State that was safer to some extent.
Okay, let's take a pause on that. We had an Oyo State that was safer. Let's take this break, and when we are back, we go to security issues and the insecurity on your state as a matter of fact. But before that, let's take this short break. Don't go nowhere. Alright, welcome back from that break. We still have Mr. Adishokon in the house, and I have Honorable Tokwe in the house. We're still taking analysis of Engineer Seyi Makinde 1 year scorecard, May 29, 2019 to May 29, 2020, to Mr. Adishokon. Now let's take before I went to that break, we're going to talk about security. Recently, we had that of Akeugbagold, whose twins was kidnapped, though glory to God, they've been recovered. And we have that of Okoloni Farm, right, who was killed in somewhere in Oyo State, and at the same time a bit of one here and there insecurity in the state. What will you attribute this to?
In all honesty, we are patriots in APC. We don't just criticize for criticizing sake. In terms of security, I don't want to limit my argument on Akeugbagold and late Fatah Okoloni's death near Igbora. And these are pockets of criminality that has been going on across the country. It cannot be really be blame on the incumbent governor. But on the other hand, I believe some of us have now turned to vigilantes in our communities in Oyo State since the outbreak of this coronavirus pandemic. And before then, we were having pockets of security lapses that were not hitherto, they have been forgotten in Oyo State. And that tells you more about influx of or resuscitation of all these hoodlums by the characters Mr. Governor is actually obnobbing with. You can't be continuing to be #1 governor, and you can't be continue to be #1 person in Oyo State and be, indulging some kind of characters. Those are the people. I have my friends, you have your circle of friends, and these people you are obnobbing, they have their circle of friends. Who are they? They are threat security problem. On February 5, 2020, on Wednesday, I was attacked. Immediately I was leaving Fresh FM studio. And it took a good Samaritan, a member of PDP. He's the chairman of Oyo State Waste Management, Shenwade Prince Adelore. He should know him very well. He was one that evacuated me, escaped me from Fresh FM. I was attacked with 2 buses. So I know what I'm actually talking about. I didn't come here alone where I am. So, and that tells you about height of insecurity we're having in this country, in particular in this state.
Okay, let me take you on that one. A few days ago, Engineer Seyi Makinde inaugurated the 72nd Squadron Unit in Oyo State. Do you think the governor is doing enough to make sure the state is secure? Because I listened and I watched that inauguration, and he said the 72nd Squadron for the mobile police in Oyo was needed as a result of the criminalities going on in Okeogun area. Do you think the governor has performed excellently in the area of security as far as your
I think between twinkle of eye, we shall see good results. It's a step, and he has made and put them to be doing their investigation of what's real scenario that happened concerning Okoloni and all that. What I'm trying to say, no one can be best, and you will never be best. But Excellency Engineer Seyi Makinde, when he appointed those people, I think by his grace of God, they shall fish them out. By his grace, I cannot say it's the best now.
It's just 1 year. It's just 1 year, so it will be gainsaying.
Of course,
East is the best so far.
Ourselves. We are not saying he's going to perform miracles. What we are saying, we've not been seeing development templates. If you are to achieve in 2 years time, 3 years time, some of us that are in the studio here today, our parents actually had foresight.
Please, I want to ask you something.
To primary school.
Let him land.
We were taken to secondary school,
yeah,
tertiary institution, before we are now, an employee and employees and what have you. But the point I'm actually saying is, we've not been seeing development templates. Like when I will work, when I do more.
But let me take you on development templates. Over the years, we understand the fact that government have been, if I come home with my template. I think that is why they said Lagos has always been, because it's been the same political party.
It's a positive argument on the other hand. Even if you are coming up on board with your own templates, what are the templates? Are they convincing? Template of 40 billion naira loan? Is it we are going to be we should be waiting until Oyo State is being auctioned at the stock exchange? 40 billion naira, you are now getting 20 billion naira loan to go and build motor parks. How can a reasonable person, Oyo State government is not private enterprise. You can't be running our government. It's not his government. He's just elected to man our affairs. This is not Macon Engineering owned by Seyi Makinde. This is Oyo State government. It's not a private enterprise. You can't just wake up in the morning and discover to mini that you are going to be borrowing for 20 billion naira to build motor parks for auxiliary. So 5 billion naira per motor parks. Who does that amidst financial crisis, global financial crisis? You are now, will you, Mr. David, will you borrow 20 billion to fund capital project at Dugbe or Lekki or Allen Avenue in Ikeja? Will you, at this point in time, that even those occupants of old buildings around such areas are struggling to pay rent? Employers of labor are laying off their staffs. They say a serious governor, he even went ahead and borrowed that money from commercial bank. At what rate? First Bank. He now deposited Oyo State IGR. All accounts of Oyo State IGR will be deposited with First Bank. So at what rate will First Bank issued 20 billion naira to Oyo State government? We all know how commercial banks behaves. It will not be less than 18%, if not 20%. Commercial bank loan to Oyo State government. And I'll tell you, the man is just trying to continue his populist agenda. There is a shortfall from allocation coming from Abuja. Okay. Oyo State government gets 4.8 billion, 5.2 billion monthly. It varies. Yes. And our idea is 1.8 billion, 2 billion. That idea coming from Abuja will now be 3.54 billion. The IGR has been brought to his needs due to COVID-19. Yeah. Now, the 20 billion naira is going to be taking 2 billion naira. I'm not alleging, I'm giving you facts. Okay. It's going to be the 2 billion naira monthly to augment that salary payment. So I'm paying salaries. My daughter, I repeat, my daughter, if she's the governor of Oyo State, she'll be paying salaries. What's there to pay salaries? Money coming from Abuja. You cannot think from outside the box. It is when you can draw from an empty well. When you draw water from an empty well, you can develop a concept. We built this IGR. We met IGR of 800 million and we led to 1.8 billion, 2 billion. The same thing happened in Lagos. Tinubu met 600 million IGR. He left 7 billion in 2007.
Let me hold you on that. Let's talk about IGR right now.
We are in one chance in Oyo State. This man cannot think outside the box.
Do you know what the IGR of Oyo State is right now?
How?
Do you know what the internal generated revenue of Oyo State stands at right now compared to the past administration?
I don't have an idea about.
Do you have an idea?
They will not tell them. Okay, they will not tell them. Taiwa Disa, I'll be on air with him in one of the programs. Most of them, the government of Seyi Makinde, the man is running the government as a private enterprise. He doesn't listen. The so-called Baba Saleh, the high chief, Adewola, they are all tired of him. I'm telling you, they will not tell you all these ones. The commissioners in his cabinet.
Finally, because it's getting hot and I don't want to get hotter. We are far beyond our time. It's no longer news that COVID-19 has been ravaging the world, not just Nigeria or Oyo State at large. Now, a lot of people have come up with the argument that Oyo State should have been on a total lockdown. If it had been on a total lockdown, we had over 127 cases in Oyo State. We might not have that case. Do you subscribe to the fact that it should have been a lockdown or the partial curfew we had? Did the tenure of Engineer Seyi Makinde managed COVID-19? Because I was reading this morning and Engineer Seyi Makinde was one of the top 3 governors that was said to have managed COVID-19 very, very well.
That will be a sponsored report. You see, it's no longer reasonable again to lock down Oyo State. We lost that big issue when the COVID-19 spread index was actually coming. We had it in Ogun, and we should consider our proximity with Ogun State, the transit and what have you. So if you are now locking down, it's of no use. It makes no sense again. If a single firm could account for 145 index case, that is ISON,
Yeah.
And that tells you more about.
Now, let me take you on ISON. Would you think we when it started, when we first had the first case, we first had a win of a case in ISON. There was this trick, should I say, politicking of announcing the company that was affected. Do you think they should have mentioned that company and at the same time shut down the company immediately?
I see no reason why the company was mentioned in the first place. If they have good concept, good team management team, a government, you don't necessarily to cause panic among the populace. If you have contact tracing team that are responsible, I just laugh at all times. The Commissioner of Information and some of their team members will go to my place in Okeogunshaki, go to Ogumosho, and be going to the market with town crier. They themselves, it tells you more about how essence of governance has been reduced under this government. I tell you earlier on that this person has good mind, but he doesn't have the capacity. His Excellency Engineer Seyi doesn't have the capacity to govern.
Or you say?
Yes, that's the truth. He is better off being husband of his wife or MD CEO of Macon Engineering. Obviously, it's a complex society. Our government as a whole all over the world is a complex terrain. It's not usual terrain of I can speak English or I'm a first class. No. You must know etiquette of governance. I can't just dabble into media that I want to own a TV station already when I don't have the etiquette of running such an arena. Okay. I will mess up and fumble.
Okay, would you think Engineer Seyi Makinde handled the COVID-19 case very well in your state?
He tried.
He tried. So there's evidence he did not manage the case very well in your state.
The reason why I say that is tried that this case we are talking about, it's, I can say, it's havoc of God. Let me tell you one thing. He may like to work with any bastard. You understand what I'm saying?
We will not allow strong words.
Yes, let me use it that such a manner. Because of you cannot say because he wants to be
God.
He wants to be good person. Then Yoruba allergy to say
my question is this.
God.
Did Engineer Seyi Makinde manage COVID-19 cases very well?
Very well. Very well.
Do you think rather than coffee we should have had a total lockdown and we wouldn't have the case of the ISON case we have? Because if they had been total lockdown, there's everything they say ISON workers might have not been able to go to work.
Thank you, sir. They have total lockdown in Lagos. Are they not having any scenario again?
But you can't compare Lagos State.
Lagos
State because if you
we have international airport in Lagos. The seaport is in Lagos.
Now let me take you on that one.
Okay.
Let me take you on that one. In Oyo State, you cannot compare the traffic. Lagos State is an economic capital as far as Nigeria is concerned.
All right.
That's Africa. So do you think
not Nigeria?
Even if there has been a lockdown in Lagos State, we are not, because there are people, as a matter of fact, yesterday I was going through the COVID-19 cases, and for the first 1 month, what we had in Lagos State was influx of people who came in from outside Nigeria and landed in Lagos State, and what we have now are people who contacted them having the coronavirus. If we had locked down Oyo State, do you think we might not have the same number of coronavirus cases we are having right now?
Of course.
So you're saying Engineer Seyi Makinde erred in not locking Oyo State totally?
Of course.
No, I will not accept that. I will not. Because one thing I believe that if I say something that is havoc of God, let me tell you one thing. If God having something with someone, let me put it that way. It's because of those people, APC, they are nothing. They don't have God. Okay. They are devil incarnate.
Okay.
That's how they were thinking.
That's how far we can go today on the show. Lastly, I'm going to ask you, for the last 1 year, over 10, how would you rate Engineer Seyi Makinde's tenure in education, security, IGR, and every social strata of the state?
Yes.
His Excellency Engr Seyi Makinde is our governor, and essence of opposition is to be critical of government, not condemning government or governor. We are not condemning him. There is no absolute democracy without opposition, but of responsible opposition in that regard. In the last 1 year, the man has not been impressive. He scored 0 because he met Oyo State on a better template. It's a shame. You see, occupants of Agodi government house had been cerebral people, exceptional brilliance. The Awolowos, Akintola, Majeko Dumis, Jamie Benwon, even as a military governor, Jamie Benwon, and we had Cicero Vesaoke, Bolaige, orator, graphs on issues. We have Ajimobi, show brilliance. We had Bola, we have Lamadeshino, even Alawakala. 1 year anniversary is even an insult to our collective intelligence to be comparing 1 year of Ajimobi with that of Engineer Seyi Makinde. You should compare that of Akala. Akala performed better. The Akala that we condemned before we came into power. So what we are saying is there is still time for him to brace up. There is still room for improvement if he can adhere to some certain measures and what have you. But at this juncture, I believe he has not scored any point whatsoever. I'm not just a resident of this state. I'm an indigenous of Oyo State. And like it was rightly pointed at the devil incarnate, I'm just laughing. If you are serving God, it's not to come on here to say you are serving God. It is your faith. And me, I'm a Muslim, and I know if I'm quoting verses of Quran, I say, so do you have any mosque you be on your? No. You see, if you are serving God, your faith should be within you. You don't need to be going and be flaunting your faith.
Okay, I'll take you on that.
Men of the Nigerian problem.
So you're
numbers
saying
of churches and number of we are building across.
okay.
You're saying it's 0/10.
Of
in
course.
The past 1 year for
Of course, because it's statutorily for a governor to be paying salaries. I can't be scoring on prompt payment of salaries. We paid 13 months salaries in 2011, in 2012, in 2013, until recession stepping in 2014.
Okay.
So what are we now talking
How
about?
would you score Engineer Seyi Makinde for the past 1 year? From 0 to 10. How would you score him?
Yes, I will say it. I will give him 10-10 by his grace. But let me go
Just 1
straight.
10-10.
Listen to me.
Calm.
Wait, Fatah.
Okay.
Let me go straight to the former governor.
No. I just want you to give a scorecard in terms of education,
Security,
health, and generally.
By
and
his
COVID-19.
grace, I will give you 10-10.
You're saying
Yes.
Okay, that's it on the show today. Mr. Honorable Tokwe is giving
Davis.
Engineer Seyi Makinde 10/10, while Mr. Fatah is giving Engineer Seyi Makinde 0/10.
It's been a wonderful edition with my guests today analyzing Engineer Seyi Makinde's 1 year in office. You can leave us with your comment and let us know what you think about Engineer Seyi Makinde of Oyo State 1 year in office. It's the talk on Seyi TV, and I am Olatunji Awe. Until I come your way next time, remember to live an hygienic life by washing your hands and using your hand sanitizer, and also maintaining social distancing. Have a wonderful time.